Jai Guruji Maharaj, Shukrana Guruji Maharaj. With folded hands and gratitude in my heart, I bow to the lotus feet of a beloved Guruji. With his divine grace and your permission, I would like to start the reading of chapter 8 from the divine book, Blessing Ready for Divinity by Commander Uncle. Maharaj's Sewa, the rites of passage. The path to Sewa was slow and steady. As newish devotees, our role during the satsang was to come, have chai, halwa prasad, langar, receive his blessings and, as per his agya, go home only to be back again for another visit. To some devotees, Guruji gave the heavenly chance of pressing his feet. My earnest desire was to do so too. I used to wonder if I would ever get this opportunity. I did not have the courage to initiate this on my own or ask him. One day I devised a method. Instead of simply bowing my head and touching his feet for agya, I thought I would hold on to his feet and press them a few times before getting up. It was a good plan. I never told anyone about it. On the next available Saturday, I implemented this devotional ruse. As I bowed forward, I held his lotus feet and pressed them gently 5 to 6 times. No reaction from Maharaj. He simply let it be. My hands got his fragrance in the process. That day, devotees wanted to smell my hands because they knew they smelt of Guruji. I avoided washing and cleaning my hands and took care to see that they did not get dirty. I also did not shake hands with anyone for as long as I could avoid it. My happiness knew no bounds. The ruse had worked. I did the same thing on my next visit and was emboldened as Guruji did nothing to stop me. Initially, I would press his feet 3 or 4 times, and seeing that he was implicitly allowing it, the frequency doubled. Of course, he knew what was happening, just that he had allowed me this liberty. As the time came to take my leave during the next darshan, I again pressed his feet. This time a little longer than usual. He looked at me in a half pleasant, half scolding manner and told me to move on. His words were, "Oye, ho gaya, chal bas." I quickly withdrew my hands and disappeared because I didn't want this blessing to stop. During the next visit, Maharaj was sitting with both his feet on the ground, but when my turn came and I closed my eyes, bent forward and felt around for his feet, they were not there. I looked up to find that Maharaj had folded his feet on the seat and was looking at me, indicating that I better carry on. This was repeated on the next visit. When this happened the third time, I prayed to him as I was coming into the queue. I vowed to be disciplined if I was allowed to press his feet just a bit. I told Guruji I could not survive without this, but that I would not be greedy. As my turn came to bow, Maharaj had both his legs up, but he lowered one on the ground so that I could hold on to it for a few seconds. It was unbelievable. That is the kind of interaction devotees have with Maharaj, and that's the way he listens to them. He will smile and allow you to express your devotion. After that, whenever I got a chance, every now and then I would press his feet for some time. My hands would always come back redolent with his fragrance. Similarly, when we used to get halwa prasad, he would drop prasad from a height of maybe 4 to 5 inches. His hands would never touch the devotees except on occasion. I really desired that contact. On one occasion, I brought my hands forward and prayed mentally that he put the prasad on my hand and not simply drop it. Wish granted. He not only put the prasad on my hand, but also gently pressed down on my hands from the top. It was wonderful that my prayer was granted. Clearly, there was and continues to be this beautiful yet subtle two-way connection between Maharaj and me. With time, this greed for more disappeared to a very large extent. I have been quite content with this connection and the blessings that came my way. Though whatever came was phenomenal and always delivered an out-of-the-world experience. The desire for seva never leaves earnest devotees. By seva, we generally refer to the opportunity to do anything related to Guruji. Orally, physically, emotionally, mentally, and any other way, it is a seva. Anything done for the glory of Maharaj is seva. But this understanding of seva develops over time. I too had an earnest desire to do seva, which was fanned during one visit to Bade Mandir, where I saw a senior sevak washing vegetables. I requested him to allow me to help out too, but received a definite no. I couldn't participate in the seva until Guruji gave his own hukam. He rightly added. I was dejected. I took myself to a corner and I cried. I petitioned Maharaj. I was his child. Could I not even wash vegetables? Was there something so big that I was not allowed to do it? The day passed, but the entreaty stayed in my heart. Once you have bhakti, that is devotional ardor, he listens to you. My prayer was answered during Maharaj's birthday celebrations. I came a bit early to Bade Mandir with my wife. I left her in the main hall and went to the area in front of the kitchen, again looking for an opportunity to do seva. Apparently, I was the only one in that area at that moment. One of the cooks, or maybe the cook's assistant, spotted me. He had a knife in his hand. It had a cloth wrapped around at its end to work as a makeshift hilt. He asked me to come in and pointed to a huge pile of tomatoes that required dicing. The cook gave me the knife, saying the tomatoes were to go in the salad being prepared and that I should dice them quickly. I was taken aback by what sounded like a direct order. Not long ago, I hadn't been allowed to wash vegetables, and here I was being asked to cut tomatoes, a whole lot of them. Wasting no time, I sat down for the task. I was at it for a long time, and to tell the truth, my hands got really tired. When my wife stepped out for langar, I was still at it. She later told me that Guruji had given her a huge grin as she went past him, and she wondered why. I told her that he made me chop vegetables today and that I would never ever complain about seva again. That was the first proper seva that I was awarded in the mandir. The seva I got next was to serve vegetables to the sangat during langar at Bade Mandir. It came about when I approached langar seva coordinator, who asked me how long I had been coming to Guruji. Once I said 2 years, he simply allowed me to serve the dishes to the sangat. From that day on, this seva became a regular feature. I could relate to myself as a sevak from that point on. My involvement in these tasks increased incrementally from langar distribution to coordination. Guruji picked me and prepared me for seva. Doing seva brought its own joy. Just before one big function in Bade Mandir, Guruji asked 7 or 8 of us to go to Bade Mandir to clean its premises. We cleaned the mandir from one end to another. As we were ready to leave for home in the evening, we got a message from Guruji to stay back in the mandir for the night. We stayed back and spent the night doing satsang, sharing experiences and sleeping a little. Next morning, we came to know that Guruji would be coming to the mandir. I felt maybe he would inspect what we had done. This made me a little nervous. Guruji came to Bade Mandir around 11 a.m. He was dressed in sports shoes, white trousers and a half-sleeve shirt. He had brought parathas for us. Guruji was visibly very pleased with our seva, and that made our day. He then began picking up items from the main darbar hall to distribute them amongst us, the sevaks. One particular item, a brass flower vase, caught my fancy and I mentally addressed Guruji, saying I wanted that and nothing else. I stepped out and went towards the kitchen area to distance myself from anything else he might give. Next, I saw Baba uncle walking up to me with that very flower vase in his hand, saying that Guruji had given it for me. This is what happens when you have a loving Guru who has taken you in his care. In 2004, sometime in the second half of the year, Guruji asked General Kapoor uncle to organize a satsang at Clare Farm. It was meant only for military personnel or forges. Guruji said, that he would invite whomsoever else he chose. The date was fixed for December 26, 2004. General Kapoor uncle put together a team that included Vijay Pushkarna uncle, Wing Commander Anil Arora uncle, Commander Vimal Nagpal uncle, myself and a few other devotees. General Kapoor uncle was a leader in every possible way and guided us admirably. The entire satsang was an amazing experience. There was a moment during the satsang that remains especially vivid. This was when General Kapoor uncle introduced us to Guruji with words to the effect that we were Guruji's forge and we would execute whatever he ordered to perfection with full dedication. Guruji smiled, looked at us and nodded approvingly. Our day was made. That was the very day when a tsunami hit far eastern countries including Indonesia and Thailand. Many amongst those present had cancelled their planned vacation to these countries to be at this satsang. It was clear that this date for the satsang was chosen by Maharaj to keep his devotees out of harm's way. With this, I would like to conclude today's audiobook session and would like to invite you to the next session from the divine book Blessing Ready for Divinity by Commander Uncle. And first and foremost, I would like to ask for forgiveness from Guruji Maharaj for the mistakes in the narration of this divine satsang, divine chapter. I would also like to seek forgiveness from each and every one of you for the same. Thank you, Guruji, for everything. Thank you, each and every one of you.